Unless you have any kind of
I think
questions?
so, yeah. Not really.
All right, we'll see you guys right after this.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you, Costas, for this interview with FMTC. Bit of an upset, it's really cool. We're going to go into the first semi-final tonight, so this is where things start getting hard. It's our first best-of-5 series, and it's between Gerald and uThermal. They're all ready to go with the admin here to do the vetoes. I insisted that the coin flip was going to be on stream as well, so here we go. Yeah, okay, well, if that's a coin flip. All right, so Gerald gets first pick. I mean, first veto, that is. It's a best of 5, so players can only veto one map. That leaves 5 maps, and then they can pick. I'm going to stand right back here. All right, so Gerald takes his time, vetoes Battle on the Boardwalk. So Battle is out. Second veto for uThermal is Ascension to Ire. So that leaves 5 maps, and Gerald picks the first one. It's going to be Odyssey. Odyssey is our first map. uThermal reflects upon his opponent's choice, thinks carefully, it's important. You have your map strategy planned out, you know your opponent, you want to think through the series before you make a decision, and there we go, it's black-pink. Second map is black-pink for uThermal. And Gerald's quick to the choice, Catalyst. Odyssey, black-pink, Catalyst. And fourth map is Abyssal Reef. And finally, Neon Violet Square if needed. All right, so Odyssey, Blackpink, Catalyst, Abyssal, and Neon Violet Square. All right, guys. Players shake hands and off to their desks to play the first semi-final. The winner of this will go to the finals of the 5th Dutch StarCraft League. Looking forward to it. I'm going to give it over to the casters. Have fun, guys.
Again, this time it's Wyman here with Talandros. Man, that was one wild series for you guys, wasn't it?
That series was impressive, to say the least. It's
definitely.
So every game was just, it was something different. It was, none of the games were conventional.
It was wild.
One game, someone tried to play conventional, then Ziggy made Reapers, and then Ziggy tried to play conventional, and then FMTC decided he wasn't playing like that. So, yeah, but we're going to get ready for our next series, actually.
Oh, sweet.
In quite rapid succession.
And this will be a best of 5, if I'm correct.
That's correct. It's the first best of 5 of the day. Not the last one, though, because it's the first semi-final, right?
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to have, after this, right now it's only semi-finals. We are down to our final 4. It is Gerald, FMTC, Harstem, and uThermal. And the first map, wait, is that an alt account he's playing on?
No, I don't. I think that's his.
Okay.
He just calls himself that.
All right. All right. So the first match that we are going to show you guys right now is going to be uThermal against Gerald. I think you really invited the wrong player. That doesn't matter. Anyway,
Not our concern.
this is going to be an interesting game. I mean, uThermal, did he go undefeated through the
I think he
playground?
hasn't lost a map.
Yeah, I think he didn't drop one either. It's almost like an average Saturday evening stream for him.
Oh man, yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, uThermal's really been cruising through his tournament so far, to say the least. And I think I don't want to say I don't expect it from him, but still, going undefeated is still pretty impressive.
that's
no
pretty
matter
sick.
what. It means you can't lose focus at any point in time. Someone can always catch you off guard. A player on paper supposed to be worse than you can still beat you if you're not on top of your game.
Oh, totally.
And I mean, that's the beauty of StarCraft. But obviously, uThermal not letting that happen today.
Yeah.
He's on top of it.
All right, I see uThermal's not in his at his computer right now, so it might take a slight bit longer for him to get into the game because you can't accept invites if you're not at the computer. So let's look at the matchup here. We have a TVP going on between these two players. uThermal, of course, being the favorite, but this guy did slap Optimus around. Well, not all that much actually. It was a pretty good series.
It was a good series,
Yeah.
but he did beat Optimus. Let's
He
be
did beat
fair.
him.
The last game was quite a nail-biter as well for a while. That supply kept
Oh, man.
switching up. But apparently in the end, Gerald was able to squeeze it out there. But now he plays uThermal, man. I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
if
I haven't seen uThermal actually play all tournament, so I'm really looking forward to
me
seeing
neither.
his play style. You know, there's a lot of things he can do against any Protoss really, and you know people are going to consider him the favorite here. So it's very unlikely that he'll just, I know, maybe he'll do weird stuff, but I don't expect him to play like the same build every single game because that's just it makes you predictable. And if there's one thing uThermal isn't, it's that.
Yeah, uThermal is. I don't think I don't think predictable and uThermal will fit in the same sentence at all. Like I mean, the way he won Shanghai, his first ever big tournament win,
Yeah, that was sick.
I think he reapered Scarlet 3 times in a row. Or
Yeah,
Snoop.
he did, right?
It was insane.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's the guy that pretty much started the Mass Reaper.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I remember him Mass Reapering Red, like in Heart of the Storm. It was like 2 years ago or something. It was sick.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, and then Reapers have come and gone, and it seemed like they were gone, and then Ziggy just pulled it out twice today. So it's kind of weird, and he won both times pretty handily. So I mean, maybe, but obviously this is a TVP.
Yeah.
So
if you win TVP with just Mass Reaper, that'd be
I don't
pretty
think
sick.
that's gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah, Stalkers are a bit too strong against that.
Yep. And it seems like both players are ready. Just gonna wait for confirmation for uThermal. I think he's seated now. Someone put a seatbelt on him.
Make sure he doesn't like fly off his seat or something.
Yeah.
Because this could be a bumpy ride.
Good setup.
Thank you.
So yeah, TVP on Odyssey, which will be our first map of the day. That's a good Protoss map, I would say, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like usually it's vetoed actually. I think in this matchup, so I'm a bit surprised it's in there. Maybe uThermal has a specific build in mind, specific strategy. He just wants to drop the heck out of the Gerald or do some sort of Liberator stuff. But I honestly expect him to play in a very similar style compared to Optimus, of course. We know these two players have a lot of stylistic things in mind in common. I mean, so
they
I would
talk
be
a lot about the game. They play a lot together. They play a lot against each other. So yeah, they definitely do. I think, I mean, it's no secret that all the Terrans and all the Protosses and all the Zergs have like one big Skype chat together. So it's kind of like, it's not like.
Well, I'm not in it. No, that's okay.
Me neither. Don't worry.
Yeah.
No, but it's like all the really, really good players together. They kind of talk amongst each other, right? I don't think many strategies are really hidden unless they're really specific. Someone just figured it out. So maybe that's something here. Maybe that's the reason uThermal hasn't lost the map. Maybe he's figured out something.
Yeah.
Because we haven't cast him at all in the mainstream today.
Exactly.
Which is unfortunate, but we did get to see a lot of other great matches. So unfortunate, yet not so unfortunate. But it seems like we're going to be ready in any moment now to jump into the game.
Well, the time of wondering is gone. We are into the game right now. We have here, at the bottom right, we have the blue Protoss. He's the only remaining non-Dutch player in this tournament. He is Gerald.
And in the top left corner, representing Team Liquid and hailing from the Netherlands, and the Red Terran player, it's uThermal. Some uThermal fans in the crowd, which I'm not really surprised by.
No, not
He's
at
a
all.
likable guy.
I'm sure that's the main reason they're screaming for him. Oh man. So he's going. I think this is definitely gas first. So I'm expecting an early Reaper. We might expect more than one early Reaper. I just want to see how Gerald wants to square up against the guy of uThermal's caliber. Like, as we can see, he's going for an early probe, so he might be doing some annoying harassment. He did that against Optimus, and it was almost frustrating to look at because he would try to harass the SFE building, the expansion, dodge out of the way, try to dodge the Reaper that's going for the scout, and then dart back in again. They would just like this stuff basically. So it would just be massively annoying for our Terra player. He's now being chased away, and uThermal already building up a lot of pretty hefty mineral bank. It's going to go for the orbital command, of course, into the Reaper into an expansion. So this should be a pretty bread and butter build out of uThermal, but of course that's not always where things go. Things go weird.
No, yeah, I mean he is playing LCC as you said right now, so nothing too out of the ordinary for him so far. I mean, I think both players are not really showing anything that we can really talk about. Is super interesting right now. Second gas going down for Gerald. I think
super standard build from out of both players so far.
But from when the Cyber Core finishes, that's the point where we're gonna be seeing some deviation, right? Some players like to play Robo, some players like to play Twilight Council heavy builds. A lot of Protoss players do like that recently, so it would, I guess, kind of be strange to not see him place down a Twilight Council fairly soon, but we're going to have to see.
He added a reactor. He's going
Stargate.
double Reaper.
Oh yeah, he is going for double Reaper versus a Stargate from his opponent. It's interesting. That's going to be interesting to see how that works out, right? These two Reapers are not going to be doing too much later on in the game. Obviously, the Stargate
he's got two very low health SCVs. But uThermal is too good for this and doesn't lose any of them. Might cost him middle mining time, but he should be. Well, that was a proxy starport. No, factory. He didn't have a factory yet.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, the starport. Wait, where? Yeah, he's making a factory in his main now. Safe and sound. Doesn't really lose that much. I mean, a little bit of time, right? Stargate is now finishing up for the Protoss player back in his main. And we're going to see. I think that's going to be an Oracle play. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Yeah, like you're not going to open Phoenix, right, against Terran.
No. But Oracles have been nerfed, right? Because the build time is now longer.
Yeah.
They're going to revert that later on. So it's not as bad because the Chrono Boost is still really, really, really fast right now.
Yeah. So remember when we were saying like, he's not going to mass Reaper? Well, he's still making Reapers.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's got me worried, of course, is the fact that Reapers don't shoot up. So
Really?
when he actually has that Oracle in his main mineral line, like what's he gonna do? Like he's making a mine, that's great. Okay, did he spot it? Oh, this is okay. He's gonna use the Oracle defensively. Oh, he's gonna lose that one Reaper for sure. That's already down one. He's just gonna go for the. Oh, this does absolutely nothing, it seems.
Well, I wouldn't say so. So yeah, he did not do any damage.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But it's what he did do is delay that Oracle so much and waste its energy, and that's very, very important because now he has time to prepare for Oracles that are coming his way. Because it's not going to be just one, right? I think there's going to be. I think this is already the third Oracle that he's producing right now. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, it's the second one still. Okay, so he waited for a second there.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 Oracles. Only one will have energy, and he will have time to prepare. He's making a Cyclone, Marines. He had a Widow Mine, and he already has a bunker up front now. So he's bought a lot of time for himself. I don't want to say, oh yeah, he's won the game with that Reaper harass, but
he should be
it was
adequately
useful.
defended. Where's this actual NTR? Like the Oracle's right now in the main, it doesn't have enough energy, I think. Oh, okay.
Boop.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see that, and neither did he.
No, it's right behind the CC. You can't
yeah.
see it unless you see the line from the Widow Mine, and he did not. So almost killed him SCV of his own there. Barely did him, but he did take an Oracle out. So Medevac with 1 Cyclone and 4 Marines heading across the map, though, with an Oracle heading into the National that did not see that drop.
I don't think he did indeed, because there's no sign from Gerald actually spotting it. There is a pylon in the place where you would normally see that drop coming down. Finally, an SCV gets picked up by an Oracle doing their job.
Widow Mine now kind of moving position, but not going to do too much with that. I mean, so this is nice harassment from Gerald, but actually the Medevac's now flying into the main base of Gerald to see how much that does. There's nothing out there right now. The Stalkers are all in the natural. He has to warp in new ones. Blink is not done yet, and actually this pylon will get killed before it finishes.
And let's get out. And this is actually delaying Blink as well. That's great.
This is awesome for him. And I think, this is not a great trade, obviously, but I think it's probably the best he could have hoped for. I think he took out a Stalker, right? So,
well, he didn't have Blink, so maybe he would have been able to boost out if he had tried.
Oh, yeah, perhaps. Yeah, probably. If there wasn't Focus Fire, maybe he could have. But Gerald is now done saturating his natural, going to move some probes over to that 3rd base. He does so now. So we see 7 to 16 workers. So Gerald is now actually on his way to saturate his 3rd base, which is, I mean, to say that, uThermal really hasn't done that much damage, but neither has Gerald.
Yeah, they've both been sort of poking and prodding at each other, getting some damage done, but it's been minor pokes, no severe damage. uThermal not that far behind in the work account compared to what we usually see. He's just going to go and get his tech out. He's adding tanks, getting bio, some stim, +1 attack. Gerald, at no point so far, I have to say, has been looking that threatening. He looks like he's going to be blinking into the main though, and this will allow him to snipe. Oh, there's actually a siege tank and several Marines there. Wow, uThermal he's really anticipating this, but still, that's going to be a massive blink. uThermal, does he have enough Marines against this? I'm not quite sure. Oh, this could do a lot of damage.
There's a tank back there. He's not sieging it up just now, but there's enough Marines and a tank at the front as well. I think they should have done. Look at that micro from the Medevac though, deflecting so many Stalker shots. That was really beautiful.
Oh, that could have been very, very damaging to uThermal, but he had enough siege tanks in the correct position in order to hold this. And yeah, this blink up from Gerald did not achieve all that much. He tries to, manages to snipe a medevac. Good for him. Oracle's still in position, but he just put his blink on cooldown. So, oh, that's actually cheeky.
Not going to get anything more done though with that stim pack. So now the 30C is landing for uThermal as well. I actually think he's holding on to that economy fairly well here. You kind of see the Protoss leading in general here since Legacy of the Void, and I don't think there's much that uThermal can do to change that. But he's doing a fairly good job. He's up in supply. He's definitely up in army supply, and he's not trailing that far in workers. Gold base now being taken for our blue Protoss player though. So if that gets up, that could make things go in his favor a little bit more. Storm also on the way, and some gateways finishing up, so we could see some shenanigans soon.
Yeah, I feel this is a point where uThermal has to make some sort of decision. Like, he's already facing early Storm, potentially early Archons, which is problematic. Like, how do you deal with that as a Terran? Well, making tanks is actually a pretty decent way. I think he's lost one tank. That's annoying, but not catastrophic. This could be a nice pickup actually. He's focusing down the low health Stalker. Puts down another stim and goes towards the chase, but catching these Stalkers should prove to be rather difficult. I am seeing a bit of a timing here for uThermal. He's producing a lot of Marines. It's got combat shield finishing and +1 armor as well. He's up in army supply. Picks off a couple Stalkers, which is really distracting Gerald, and he might just do a push towards that gold, and he is.
Up in army supply, you say, but he's up 30 army supply. That's quite a significant lead, because in the ring, none of them are maxed.
Yeah.
And he is producing a lot of stuff at the same time. He's going to align this with a +1 armor timing, I think. And it does look like that could be a pretty good timing. The fourth base is now being mined from Gerald, so definitely time to put on some pressure for uThermal.
I don't think uThermal knows there's a gold base, though.
No.
I wonder what he would be doing if he knew.
Doesn't really matter, but he needs to do some damage somewhere.
Oh man, he can just walk up here, like getting this siege position, and Gerald is not really reacting. Now he moves in, but there's not enough charge ult here. And great splits already from uThermal force Gerald to retreat, and he's gone into this engagement completely fruitless. And where's his army?
I mean, he is doubling Gerald's army supply right now, and I mean you can see that actually the High Templar is going to get
he loses all three of them, and that. Ladies and gentlemen,
is that going to seal the deal? I think so.
Yeah, there's literally nothing he can do against this. Man, I guess he just kind of played a bit too greedy, because, okay, he made some Archons, that's nice. Well, he actually killed all the tanks, I think, but can he actually still deal with this bio? Like, he's up on the high ground right now, started stepping against these Zealots, killing these Zealots so quickly because of the DPS.
And no Blink Stalkers there to kill those Medevacs. Another run by going into the third, and a big rally coming there too. All these probes are now being actually dying, but while they're being teleported away into, I would assume, the fourth. But it seems like all these Marines in the main have now died, and it seems like the Medevacs are going to retreat. At the same time, though, that walk by into the third is now moving into the fourth, killing all the probes and potentially the Nexus.
Oh, now he realized there's a gold. Well, killing that Nexus and all the probes.
6 probes.
Yeah, Gerald is getting picked apart, and I am like, this wasn't even close. Like, he just straight up destroyed Gerald. I think Gerald might have been too greedy with his with taking the gold base. Maybe he felt that was necessary, but 140 army supply against 24. Yeah, nice Archons, bro.
But the Marines now teaming up with the tanks. Tanks are not going to go down anytime soon, and this is all of uThermal's forces together. There's a big rally coming there too. It's actually not all of his forces. GG well played gets called, and Gerald taps out. Yeah, that was one death march.
That was clinical. Clinical. Yeah, clinical.
Yeah, that was clinical.
Man. Whoa, yeah, that's kind of what we wanted, wanted to see what uThermal's capable of. Well,
he's capable of a lot.
He showed us.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's doing a very, very good job at keeping his opponent at bay. Nothing really happened in that early game, allowing both players to build up. But it seems like uThermal was just really, really good at picking a right time to use how far in the game he's gotten without actually getting any damage done against him. Put himself in a nice position with a lot of tanks, and then, I mean, losing those High Templar in that War Prism, as well as not having his entire army engage at the same time, really, really hurt him.
Like, his timing was, incredible as well, because he hit right before the gold base could really kick in for the Protoss. Now, if this attack been a minute or 1 or 2 later, the Protoss could have had a much bigger army. So that Yeah, and what also really, I noticed, of course, his timing was impeccable. But you really have to commend the fact that uThermal's timing not only lined up well with his initial defense. He had to initially defend against a bit of Oracle pressure, some Stalkers. The opponents had Blink Stalkers. And usually when the Protoss has Blink Stalkers, they'll make quite a bunch and use that to maintain map control. And when the Terran does push out, they'll harass the Terran. They'll try to pick off medevacs, tanks, stuff like that. And that just didn't happen. Like, the whole way from uThermal's base to Gerald was just kind of uncontested. So, I don't know. That he maybe made it a bit too easy for him. Maybe. But that's
Perhaps,
just, one of those details that...
It's one of those things that we can see as an observer, but we don't really know what Gerald's thinking. We don't really know what he's practiced. We don't really know his strengths and weaknesses. And obviously, uThermal does, and he will abuse that. So maybe he knows that Gerald is a fairly passive player, and he can abuse that. Or they were just trying to feel each other out for the first game. Again, which is something that happens a lot in these... well, it's a best of 5 now, right? So...
Yeah, there's still a lot of opportunities for Gerald to give them his money's worth, because I do want to see what Gerald is capable of as a Protoss player, and well, to be honest, uThermal's looking pretty scary right now, man.
He is, yeah, for sure. I mean, he was 7.1k MMR like this week, right?
Oh, sweet.
That's like Cero level.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what if he goes up against Cyril? Like, how does that affect each other's MMR when they win or lose?
So he played Cero at WSG and he almost beat him.
Yeah.
And then right after that, a couple hours after that, Cero beat Nurcho 4-0 in the finals. So that was pretty brutal. Yeah, he's definitely up there. By the way, opponent in the top right corner. He's going to need to be up there too to beat the red Terran player. But the blue Protoss player playing for Prophecy Esports, it's Gerald.
And his opponent in the bottom left, he is the red Terran playing for the one and only Dutch team, Team Liquid. He's uThermal.
uThermal. Team Liquid being awesome, sponsoring StarCraft 2 for what seems like forever.
Yeah, like, I really want, I'm not sure when Team Liquid was first started. Like, the website was of course a thing first.
2004 or something?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
I think I remember watching a live stream where they had C play viewers. And they had little Susie over there in Korea doing translating and everything. And I streamed it on something, Real Player or something, I'm not sure.
Some old stuff.
Did you ever use the GOM player?
Oh yeah, for sure,
man.
GOM player being a direct rip-off of, what's it called, VLC?
VLC, Media Player Classic, something like that.
Yeah. No, it was definitely fun to see, but those times are unfortunately gone. GOM player is not really a thing anymore, right?
No.
Yeah. Obviously, GOM TV,
nice meme.
GOM TV has passed a long time ago.
Yeah.
Passed the torch on, the GSL torch. Anyway, GOM TVT.
No, but GOM TVT was
a thing. Yeah.
Let's be honest. So many Terrans back then.
Yeah, true. Yeah, times have changed a little bit since then. Terrans have not been dominant for such a long time. Blizzard are a lot more proactive with introducing changes as soon as players give a lot of feedback, so that we don't get any GOM TVT errors or maybe like mid-2012 errors, Brutal Infestor stuff. Very good, I think.
Like, talking about things that are good, this probe harass has been like, he's done that every game. Like, he always sends that probe back in there to harass the natural
So
SCV.
annoying.
Super annoying, but it's very consistent. And I guess this time uThermal took good care of it because he killed it before it could kill the actual SCV.
Yep. And it never really lost any mining time, which is really what you're looking for as the Protoss player in that situation. So definitely good for him. Now we see a Twilight console coming out from the Protoss player. Switching it up a little bit is Gerald. I wouldn't be surprised to see Blink being researched right away with a bunch of Chronos.
Yeah. This is not a map, I believe, where Blink all-in is really a thing. At least not. I don't think the main is accessible enough for that. You need something to give high ground vision for a start. Yeah, that makes things potentially complicated. And there's a Reaper here going to pick off a probe. It should pick off a probe, but it's not. No, it's actually going to head into the main. And what will it see? Is he actually going to pull some probes? No, he will see the Twilight Council being upgraded. Now, he did spot an Adept. So he might assume that there will be an all-up push coming in, or it's going to be Blink Stalker. And the longer this probe, this Reaper stays alive, the earlier he'll notice. And he's already doing actually very significant damage. Like he's killed like what, 4, maybe 3 probes?
Yeah,
3
I think
kills.
that's going to be the end of it, though. These adepts will follow it until, the end of time. And adepts do now kill that Reaper. So that is that for that harassment / scouting. So yeah, he did see a Twilight Council. He did see it producing an upgrade. He just doesn't know what. But I think he can assume it is Blink. It is the more common version.
Yeah, it is these days. It used to be Adept.
Yeah, obviously, you never know. Gerald could have something up his sleeve. Anyway, we're going to see Hellion production from uThermal, something we did not see last game either.
Oh, is he actually going to try and hit a drop timing before Blink finishes?
That would be really interesting.
Like, if you fly in there when Blink is active, then your entire drop usually doesn't work out all that well.
I know, yeah. Absolutely.
Robo follow-up. This might just be, he's probably, I mean, he's only got like, what, 3 gates? So there might be some minor pressure, but I'm really not expecting there to be a significant drop there.
And there's actually a Death Shading into the main at the same time as uThermal is flying into the main of Gerald. I think they did get cleaned up, or he did just not finish them. I think he never finished them.
He's getting a shield battery. He's not gonna like do some significant. Oh, there we go. Blink has not just finished. Widowmine Burrows is gonna pick up. Oh, unburrow again. What's this?
It's really good to zone out all the probes and all this. Oh, actually, he might get a Stalker. Never mind, does not. Doesn't unburrow the Widowmine in time either, so that makes it so that the probe
is he gonna get out? No.
Make the Widowmine stand
Oh,
out.
he picks up the Stalker. Well, he's actually killing a lot of probes in the natural here.
Oh,
13
what?
have fallen already due to these Hellions. This distraction was actually. Oh my god. One more. Line him up.
I mean, it distracted us to the point where we didn't even see 19 probes go down. That is so many probes. He's now 39 to 27 workers, and that puts Gerald with a massive income deficit in a couple of minutes to come.
Yeah, there was some counterattack as well. I mean, there used to be some Marines. Oh, those actually went up in the medevac, of course. But, whoa, yeah, that was... if we had instant replay, I wouldn't mind seeing that back, because that was huge. And I think Gerald right now kind of feels like his hand is being forced. Oh, he's going Dark Shrine. Yeah, went behind Dark Shrine, right?
I mean, I don't think anything's ever been more true than that. So yeah, Dark Shrine's going to take a while to finish up, though, so that will give uThermal some time to scout it. Although, does he really need to if he just plays safe? He already has turrets in the main and natural, I would assume.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a third base yet, so he's not super spread out. I think he's in a very good position. Actually, okay, nice playing micro there for... Okay, oh, it's kind of cute. Not really necessary, but kind of cute. And then the Dark Shrine is now halfway done. Warp Prism on the way, so I think he's just going to try to warp it somewhere close. Drop a couple here and there. But with those turrets, I'm not sure if there's going to be anything that he can do.
It might not even be for just DTs. He might have actually try and go and make Archons with them. It's it's a tough call. I mean, he's getting a Warp Prism, so that heavily implies that he will be flying in into the main, drop a couple DTs and do some damage. But he can, of course, transition into Archons along with the charged Zealots that he's currently upgrading. uThermal, very patient, still sitting on 2 bases. Hasn't added a third either, I believe.
He stopped worker production ages ago, so I think he's not planning on going up to a late game here.
No, not at all. First drop already underway. Might try to get a flank on the... Oh, can he intercept the Warp Prism? Yeah, he sees it.
That would be huge. Actually, I would shut this down so much easier. And there's a lot of Stalkers there trying to pull the Marines away from the Warp Prism. Warp Prism does make it out now because the Marines, I mean, they didn't really know who to go for. Can he get one Stalker now, I think?
He might be able to catch up to it, but doesn't look like it. Warp Prism currently warping in 3 DTs near the main, and there's no way uThermal doesn't see this coming in some way. I mean, he should expect at least some aggression in the main, because why would you ever, send a Warp Prism that way if you're not intending to drop?
Yeah, he's got plenty of stuff in the main, plenty of stuff in the natural, but he's moving out his stuff in the natural. Gerald actually sees this with an observer that's not in observer mode.
He still hasn't revealed the DTs.
No, he still has not, but he will now, unless the Warp Prism dies, and he guess he will never get to reveal them.
Yeah, this Warp Prism gets evicted. I wonder how much energy uThermal still has left on his command center, because he's going to need that when he actually pushes out. And there we go, almost 100 there, almost 100. Well, actually closer to 50, but still 2 scans left. Drops one near the natural just to see what's up. Snipes an observer. Drops another one. No, one was to see what's on, one was to snipe the observer. He's now establishing a position near the third, but this could get very difficult. Oh, he just dropped one another to kill at least 1 DT.
Yep, and that was pretty painful. Now uThermal's actually in the third, doing work. Got C closer to the natural end third, so there's no real way Gerald can
This
really
was
get
his fourth scan. He has to be out of scans at this point. 1DT trying to sort of ward off these Marines, and these Marines, well, they don't really care.
Oh, painful, painful.
Oh, this is actually a pretty decent defense here from Gerald, but you know, he's taking out a lot of uThermal's units, but at the same time he's lost a lot of probes once again. And uThermal's control is really helping him out, especially the medevacs. They're keeping all of his Marines alive.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure. And he
man.
does have that upgrade advantage really doing work for him now. 17 more probes have gone out. This is how many probes? This is 40 probes so far in this game right now. 45 going up to that at least. The third base is now exposed and probably going to die under this little bit of Marine fire. There's nothing to defend it. And now he's going to do work on the natural.
This is just the way uThermal plays when he plays to win, you know? It's just almost non-stop, relentless aggression. He has patience, he knows when to wait, he knows when not to attack. And well, he just doesn't let up, you know? He's just at his opponent's throat continuously. He didn't take a third, and of course it seems a bit all-inish, but he could transition out of this if he wished. Of course he doesn't. He's doubling his opponent's supply, and I'm actually kind of surprised Gerald is still in this, but you know, that's fine.
He could have definitely dropped down to third CC like maybe like 2 minutes ago if he wanted to, right, behind this push. Doesn't do so though, because he felt confident enough he could finish his opponent with just a little bit more army. And there we go. uThermal takes a 2-0 lead.
Face of a killer. Yeah, that was just, you know, super solid. Like again, we saw a lot of stuff coming out of the Protoss, but it just didn't work. Like I guess we could say all we saw come out was blood.
Well, wait, do Protoss units or players even bleed?
Well, not in game. I guess lore-wise they do. But yeah, that was just a clinic once again by uThermal.
Yeah.
I don't see him playing any other way in this next matchup. Like he'll probably open up Reaper, try to just poke around, get some, you know, get some probe kills, and then do something like a drop or aggression, multi-pronged. It's just super solid because he's so good at it.
He is so good. He's shown us in the past 2 games that he's just, I mean, these rock solid macro games.
Definitely.
He's a king at it, and it's not like that's the only thing he can do either, right? He can do so many things, which is what makes him such a dangerous player and what keeps Gerald on his toes as well. He has to.
Yeah. It wasn't even a macro game in the classic sense, I guess. Like uThermal never even made a third.
I know, yeah. So, but I mean, the game went on for quite a while.
Yeah, true.
But of course, he did slow Gerald down with killing 19 probes in like the 5th minute of the game. So.
Yeah. Of course, it was macro in production in the end that killed his opponent.
Yeah.
All right, looks like everyone is here, and we are going to be loading up into Catalyst quite soon.
Yep.
I was going to ask for predictions, but I don't think there's all that much news. Yeah.
So yeah,
no surprises.
I mean, it's possible that Gerald takes the game here, but I think if uThermal's on top of things, realistically, not going to happen.
Yeah. What do you think of when you're Gerald in this position? You know.
Help.
You're thinking, well, fourth place.
Whatever god you pray to him right now. Yeah, no, Gerald is he's in a tough spot. Catalyst, obviously, another new map, a map most players have not played a ton of games on just yet. Obviously, these players are both professionals, so they do play a lot. They do make their money playing the game. So, but still, Catalyst is a little bit of a weird one because it is quite short. It's deceivingly short. Anyway, the top left corner, currently down 0-2, playing for Prophecy Esports. It's Gerald, hailing from Poland.
And his opponent, all the way to the other side in the bottom right, we have the red Dutch Terran playing for Team Liquid. He is uThermal.
Thermi,
indeed.
Yep. And we're going to see a probe move out just, I mean, perfectly standard. Again,
Yeah, this is for Gerald, this is very, very standard. Indeed.
Yeah, apart from that one proxy factory that got cancelled real
Yeah,
fast,
that was funny.
we've not seen any early game stuff.
And at this point, if I were Gerald, I'd be like, well, screw it, I'll just proxy Oracle you every day. And let's just see how far that actually gets you, because
could probably get it pretty far.
No, I mean, if uThermal just opens up Reapers, you know, like it's gonna be pretty tough to scramble an effective defense against, you know, the actual Proxy Oracle.
Proxy Oracle can hit super fast now with that chrono boost. It's actually insane. But you do have to prepare for it, right? Making it proxy does definitely shorten that time a lot more even. So, but I'm not sure if Gerald has prepared that build. I'm not sure if he is a player that really likes to do that. So far, I think today he's played a lot of macro games. I don't think he's super cheesy. Unlike, for example, FMTC, who really seems to embrace the Dutch cheese.
Yeah, yeah, he's been mixing it up for sure, and both signs both are signs of a great player, because Gerald is just playing his own style. He just wants to play the way he wants to play in a very solid macro game style, and I respect that. And at the same time, FMTC, if you can throw your opponent off like that with unordinary builds, that's great.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, that's why StarCraft's so great, to be honest, because they do allow you to have your little bit of a personal flavor on that metagame, and that's really good to see. You do get to have it's not pure skill based on one build that is just viable for one race, right? It's a lot different than that. Stargate now coming down for Gerald in his own base, though. Kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
No, but yeah.
He had that probe on the side.
I know.
Like, oh man, he's probably gonna proxy. No.
No. It's all just a facade. And now we see that one adept is just gonna check it out. Gonna take a little bit of damage, maybe? No, not even.
He's just gonna try and scout, but he will be denied by the wall-off. Gets a bit of info. Oh, he actually could have shaded in there if he wanted to.
I could have killed an SCP or two.
Yeah.
Might
This
have been worth
pylon
it.
though.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see a gateway there.
I'm not seeing. Oh, he's making the Oracle, of course, but outside it, I'm quite curious as to see which kind of tech he's gonna go for.
A gateway, yeah. So what's happening here, right, is because it seems like Legacy of the Void. Most people know this, but still, real quick. Since Legacy of the Void, you warp it very slowly if you're warping in outside of a gateway field.
Yeah.
So placing a gateway field there makes his aggression so much better. So that this does indicate that he wants to be really aggressive with his warp-ins, combine them with the oracles, and possibly do a timing with 2 or 3.
Yeah, this is usually a timing where you go in with 1 Oracle and 3 Adepts, but he's not doing it. So he lost an Adept, not for free, but it didn't do all that much. Here comes the Oracle in the main of uThermal though. Is there a Widow Mine? I thought he was making one of it. Might not have
it's
been
over there. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna burrow it too late though, and now Gerald knows it's there, so that's gonna remove efficiency. But there's one over there as well.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Gerald knows about that.
I don't think so. Ooh, he
No,
saw
I
the
think
lockout.
I think he figures it out now.
Man, this Oracle didn't get all that much done. We actually were pairs.
Oh, that's cute.
That's so good though.
And actually, only 3 SCVs went down.
Yeah,
during
that
this
could have
entire
gone a
25
lot worse.
Energy of the Oracle, yeah. That's actually really good for uThermal. Probably best case scenario there for him, because he was going to take damage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we now see Phoenix coming out from Gerald, possibly to pick up Widow Mines from any future push. That gateway there is not there for nothing. I think we can safely say that.
Yeah, he's added 2 gateways in the main as well.
No third base.
No third base, indeed. And warping in some stalkers at the front. I am expecting quite a bit of pressure here at the front. And the question is, how is uThermal going to handle it? Especially when oracles are involved. Like Mass Marine. Oh, ooh, that actually did not kill any oracles, fortunately for him. Where's the second Widow Mine though? I think he might have put it at the front.
Yep, either the front or at the natural. No, not even at. I don't know.
Did he put Marines in there? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's cheeky. Okay, so this will trigger the attack at the
Oh, I was over there!
Oh, okay, but now Stalkers are actually at the front attacking.
Oh man, what?
Yeah.
That was insane.
We actually missed that. Maybe if we rewind it, then we could have actually seen that there was a Stalker push at the front, because that was kind of a thing.
That was so weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you make units show up when you rewind the game, but.
Well, this is a different
right?
overlay, so it's hard to do.
Ah, right.
So yeah, no, never mind. But might get to see it in the highlights or something.
Yeah.
No, but
so that was Gerald actually being aggressive, you know.
yeah, and it worked out.
Actually doing multi-pronged attack, and of course oracles are quite good, so are stalkers. So that's how he actually managed to kill a uThermal there. Wow. Well, that has to feel pretty good, and I wonder how this is going to affect the uThermal's gameplay. Like, did he maybe realize that he was a bit too greedy? I'm not sure.
So yeah, no, exactly. That's the question at hand here. So is uThermal really going to switch it up? realistically, I think he still feels like he is a superior player, obviously, right? And mishaps happen. You can't win them all. There are certain levels of obviously build order loss, but also just not seeing something or not reacting to something on time.
Yeah.
Just needs to, I think he just needs to stay on top of his game. That was a really quick finish to that game. Those 2 Widowmine hits were really funny. The one behind the factory that we did not see was really cool too. Did not save him though.
Yeah, not at all.
So
It didn't do all that much at all. Yeah, it killed some of his own SCVs, I think. Hard to tell because we didn't really see how many SCVs really died in that fight. But yeah, it was the pressure at the front, of course, that finished it off. And I think it might have been a lack of tech from uThermal. I mean, he had Widow Mines. I think he had a medevac maybe going on, maybe a Viking. But he didn't have anything against that push at the front. So yeah, this is difficult to deal with as a Terran. Let's just be honest about that.
absolutely, yep. Yeah, we're gonna see how that plays out in potentially the last game again. Potentially not though, if Gerald decides to equalize the score.
As we see, it can go either way.
It can go either way. This is not as easy. And actually, that makes this the first map that uThermal dropped. This
It's
entire
true.
tournament.
Yeah.
Should we like congratulate him real quick?
Well, at least he can take that one home with him.
Yeah. Well, I lost to like the player that never dropped the map besides me. Obviously, that's assuming uThermal wins, but
Yeah.
yeah. This is a PVT. Honestly, again, this is why having a big underdog and I guess a big favorite is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because these upsets are really they have to boost his motivation, but also I mean just the momentum within the series a lot.
Yeah, because uThermal had momentum like from the first moment, and I feel Gerald just turning it around. You know, I really feel that uThermal is either going to be thinking like, okay, I gotta change things now, or he's just gonna be like, well, forget about that, just play another game, just win that the way I always do,
Yep.
and never mind. And that really sets apart, I think, a player who is mentally as rock solid as uThermal is right now. Because let's not forget how uThermal used to be. Like his mindset was like the #1 weakness. And right now, I feel it's been like this for a year, and it showed. You know, he's been super solid.
Yeah, for sure. Really, really impressive. He's worked on that a lot as well. In the top left corner, playing for Prophecy Esports once again. Can he equalize the score? That is the question. The Blue Protoss player hailing from Poland, it's Gerald.
All right, and his opponent. Here in the bottom right, he is the red Dutch Terran playing for Team Liquid. He is uThermal.
Yep, and yeah, I mean, uThermal is leading this series 2-1 right now, so it could just be a matter of 1 GG before we head into the next match, right? Which would be the second semifinals.
True.
But yeah, so far, I mean, are there so we have right now, because the game is obviously not really super deviating from anything standard. We have 1 Zerg in the semifinals. We have 2 Protosses, I guess. Yeah, 2 Protosses and 1 Terran being uThermal here.
True.
What do you think the finals is gonna be, if you had to predict from right now?
Right now, I would still predict a uThermal versus Hearthstone finals.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if I had to bet money on that, then that would be the easy choice. uThermal is actually, he went gas first, which I kind of like, because you can get an early Reaper out, and it just really works really well if you want to scout early. I think he actually sent an SCV out early again, and I'm not sure if he did that the previous game. I might misremember, but I think he really wants to get a good scout off this time, as to not be caught off guard by something as silly as an Oracle. Out of this, I'm expecting early factory straight out of the Reaper. This is definitely a safer build order.
Oh yeah, for sure. It is. I 100% agree with you there. Honestly, so far,
he's scouting again for that pro, but he's on the wrong path.
He's scared of it now, but I think it was a one-trick pony from Gerald. I think Gerald feels more like it was than uThermal.
He's catching it this time in time.
He's gonna catch that.
Why would you drop a mine though? Like it can actually, doesn't it blow away your own SCV?
It would, yeah. It would damage it for sure.
Yeah. So that's risky. Wow, this is a scenario we've seen play out so many times already today. Once again, a Stalker now pushing across the map. 2 Marines being made. He probably won't just run by that that bunker, because well, that's what we've seen so far. Bit of a close call though. He might actually pick off an SCV or 2 here.
Especially that low one. No, actually these 2 Marines are going to go bunker up in that bunker and be safe for now. This Reaper is also going to escape from the main for now. But
it's already got 1 kill.
It's already got 1 kill, you're right.
Right.
Dip shape being bamboozled over there.
I can bamboozle. Alright. Not sure if he'll be able to escape from this one. Probably because he can jump off the cliff at the bottom. But he actually goes ring around the rosy and leads them on as he jumps into the natural. Nice mech career from uThermal. Knows exactly what to do. Might be able to pick off another probe. Yep. Did manage to kill another one. So 2 probes for his effort. Good job. He's actually adding on an engineering base, so I do expect to see 2 turrets right away, and he does. There's a Stargate, right? Like, he has to have seen that Stargate, otherwise you don't build any bay. So that's a good safe call here from you. Might still lose 2 or 3 SCVs. Bit of a shame. Maybe if you were to burrow that Widowmine in a cool position, you might. Oh, okay. He's going to use it aggressively. It's either that, you know.
Maybe if you were to burrow it on the other side of the map in his opponent's mineral land.
I think that's part of the plan.
Yeah, for sure. 2 Hellions also following this up. Now the Oracle's just scouting around, not activating its laser beam just yet.
He knows he's going to be attacked. Like, he has to have spotted this this medevac. So
yeah,
you cannot underestimate an attack like this, especially by uThermal.
Just 1 Stalker to chase that away, and yeah, Stalkers do a lot of damage per attack right now, but not that much. And actually, he's going to get blown away literally by
Hellions.
that Widowmine. And Hellions are also following this up, but there are 2 Oracles to shut this down very quickly.
Oh, where are the Hellions though? Did they die already?
Yeah, they died to the Oracle.
Yeah, really quickly.
And
oh,
then,
man.
yeah,
this is tricky because you just wait for the Oracle's energy to run out and then you just drop again.
Exactly, and then you need to have stuff in place. Is Gerald, and actually, okay, there's a Phoenix now, so he's forced to land those Marines ASAP. And he's going to land them right here into the natural of the Protoss. And now these Oracles are actually low on energy, so they're not going to get anything done. 1 Oracle goes down, and actually a couple probes. This was pretty worth it.
Yeah,
still.
nice focus fire here by uThermal. Still gets quite a lot of damage done. I mean, a significant amount of damage done. Actually, I think something's in the main attacking right now. Yeah, the Hellions, they didn't die. They actually managed to run by into the main and are now trying to roast as many probes as they can. And they have so
8
far.
go down in total.
Yeah. So this wasn't all that of a super aggressive attack. You know, there was no like no liberator involved. And from this point on, you know, uThermal still has taken map control and is really just going to play his own game plan. Gerald immediately expanded, and I really feel it's up to him now to set up a good defense of, you know, the impeding attack that uThermal is going to do. He needs to take map control. He needs to scout what uThermal is going to do. He has an Oracle, so he can use Revelation to do that. And it's, I think it's currently going to do that. Biggest mistake right now would be to like fly into uThermal's mineral line and try to pick off a couple of SCVs, because there's going to be a turret. There might be other things as well. And yeah, there we go. 2 turrets. He knows he's not going to get all that much done, so he needs to use this Oracle mostly for scouting, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as you said just half a minute ago, I mean, I definitely think it is about that push that uThermal is eventually going to do, and Gerald for preventing.
Is he going to pick up the Oracle?
Happening, but I'm not sure it's gonna go down, and that's a pretty big pick-off because that Oracle was giving a lot of vision.
That was crucial.
And now he needs to remake one or make an Observer, but he's actually gonna make an Oracle.
Oh wait, he's actually gonna make another Oracle. Wow. Oh, this is cool. Did that probe? Those probes just didn't die because of the shield battery.
Yeah.
Oh, now he can't run past.
You know, a couple probes actually defeat speedlings if there's a shield battery nearby. It's actually pretty crazy.
Oh man, did he just? Oh man, he just stopped chasing that.
Oh wow!
Run, little Marine.
What if he gets one?
He's actually like microing that little Marine just to get out. Okay, so he's taking a third. He hasn't resumed SCV production though. I'm kind of surprised. So I think he's just going to go for a push, and just follow up with some more eco behind it if he feels like he needs it.
Yeah.
This is a relatively limited amount of tanks. Picking up that probe is actually a blessing here for Gerald. And Gerald, I don't think he has blink, but he needs to get out on the map and try to delay this push as much as possible, and I think that's what he's going to do.
Gerald also needs to wait for +1/+1, which is about to finish for him, compared to only the +1 from uThermal. And then with this Chrono Beast, he's losing the Oracle again. This was definitely necessary, though. He needed to see all that stuff for the coming minute. This is really crucial. He loses the game here, I mean, it's over, right? So, okay, the Stalkers are now actually engaging the attack from the back. This is not a good position for him to be.
This doesn't work. Like, he needs to set up a flank from at least 2 sides here and just attacking into a clump of tanks. And Gerald's army is completely out of position to defend this attack right now. There's a lot of probes and some charge lots, and that's it. Of course, once again, the re-engage hits, but a good focus fire here from uThermal just shreds all the Protoss army, and once again, he hits like a really good timing.
That was the best anti-timing he could have made against Gerald ever. It was 15 seconds before that +1/+1 finished, and the majority of his forces pretty much already died before that +1/+1 actually did finish. GG, well played.
GG, well played.
And good luck from Gerald as uThermal advances to the final
And
of the DSCL 2017.
Exactly. That game 4, game 3 just mostly felt like an anomaly almost. Like it was so unlike the other 3 games. Like it just doesn't compare. It's
Yeah, it's a lot different. But I really like that game though from uThermal. I mean, I think uThermal decided in the mid game to just take the reins and lead that game into victory. In the end there, he was leading up with 40 supply in the last couple of minutes, even before the fight started. So it was really hard for him for Gerald to really do much at that point, putting him in a gnarly spot.
Right.
All right.
Hey man, got something for you. Here you go.
What's up, Mark? How you feeling today?
That's good.
How are you feeling today?
I'm doing fine.
You're doing
I'm a
fine?
bit tired,
Can
actually.
Can you do a little bit of a bend in the knee, so people can see your face?
Bend the knee.
What's up?
Oh, or get a chair.
We got a chair for you.
Yeah.
Damn.
We're not that.
So luxury.
We're not like that at the DSCL.
There you go.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. So that was a pretty pretty good series for you, right?
Yeah, easy times.
The one game that you lost, did you feel like that was just? I mean, that's just part of it. Like, that just happens, or
Yeah.
did he counter what you were doing?
I think
No,
it was
actually,
build order related.
Actually, even I had no idea what I was doing. I couldn't think of a build to use, so I was just like, I did 18 gas, which is a typical Mark strat, but I didn't know where I was going with it, so I was like, I'll just make whatever my hands want to make, right? But it didn't really end up making any sense, so.
Yeah, he had a nice timing with proxy gateways and everything. So yeah, that just kind of worked. And you need some sort of tech to deal with the oracles at that stage, I guess, not just marines, because then you die the oracle stalker. At least that's what
Yeah.
happened.
Well, the Oracle didn't do too much damage.
No.
I think if I got a tank out, it would have been fine.
Were pretty beautiful. Even the one behind the factory was really good.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that one to hit, but it did.
And
that
it had
was a
so
good,
many
yeah.
SCVs as well. So yeah, that series, like, I guess it kind of went as you were expecting. Speaking of expectations, who do you think you're going to go up against in the finals?
Probably Hearthstone, I guess.
Yeah.
I think FMC has a really good performance.
Absolutely.
He deserves a big shout out for that because,
Yeah.
you know, I really, as you know, I hosted a Thermi Cup like last week, and I really love the local scene. So whenever
Yeah.
someone new does good, or someone who hasn't, you know, performed this well before does well, it makes me really happy. Like, it
breakout
warms my heart.
performance.
Yeah. It warms my heart to see how happy he was as well.
Yeah.
He was so happy. He was completely red.
Yeah, I
and
loved
stuff.
it.
Yeah, it was
I
awesome.
know.
He
It
wasn't-
filled with adrenaline when,
Yeah.
when he walked in here as well.
We did the player interview, and when we were done, he said like, "Well, do I have to play Thermal Hearthstone after this? Really? Like, can I just go home?" That was the highlight for him. So
I know, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's playing Hearthstone again. He could definitely eke it out again. Obviously, it's going to be harder the second time around, but still.
Yeah, he beat him 2-1
Yeah.
already in the group stage. So
Cheeky proxies.
definitely.
Cheeky proxies.
Yeah. So, yeah, but you're confident you can take this DSCL home?
I don't know. Like, everyone knows what's going on with TVP, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if I do end up playing Hearthstone, I don't really know. In a normal setting, I'd probably be a big favorite right now because I'm in a way better shape than he is, I think. But with PVT right now, I don't really have any expectation. I just want to, you know, I'm going to play like this series. I'm going to do whatever comes to mind. I don't really, you know, care too much. And
Seems to work out for you so far.
just going to do some fun strategies.
Yeah, I noticed your style. It's like it's not hyper aggressive, but you just keep hitting those timings, and like most pros just don't seem to be able to deal with it. Like, they take a third, and then they build some gateways, and then there's a bunch of tanks and marines at my main, and I can't handle it.
Yeah, I think a big difference between me and the other Terrans is that I really go for the kill really fast.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the times, if another Terran, like Optimus, I saw him play, he goes with the army, he sees zealots, and he will back off a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm really confident in my timing, so I will just go for it. And I always hit when they have less units than other Terrans, because I'm really,
Yeah,
you know,
and
I just want to hit my timing. I don't want to wait. I just go for it.
And there's
so-
no leapfrogging either with those tanks.
No.
You know, you just set them up, and then you take the marines and just go.
And they're dead.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
GG easy.
GG.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck in the
you.
finals.
Thank you.
I'll be watching with great anticipation. And yeah, I think we're gonna either throw this over back to Frank, or maybe go to a very brief break because we have another best of 5 coming up, and I think they're probably gonna do Fidos. So thank you. So yeah, so we're gonna go throw it to Frank, and he's gonna do next videos for the next best of 5.